understand. Seems we have enraged our foes. Might just enraged our foes, huh? I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen.
Found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Arisen, we ought to heal ourselves while we've the chance.
We must focus on finding victory, whatever our discomfort. Understood. That was hard won. We ought to consider this a lesson. This is what befalls one who lets down their guard. An impressive view. We can infer much of the lay of the land from here. We are alone here, methinks. Perhaps we might stop a moment and find our bearings. Right you are. I'm in awe of your powers of detection. Indeed. Good on you for being so observant. A fine place to harvest some ingredients. Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
No rest for the weary, it seems. We will be hard-pressed to find victory here if we cannot heal our wounds. In relation to that, we could add a warrior to our ranks. What say you, Master?
None are more suited for battle in close quarters. Goodness. We're higher up than I'd thought.
Take care not to fall.
Careful now!
fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
We are under attack!
The arisen has been drenched. Ice's stain is yours to wield.
Master, if ever your pack grows cumbersome, know that I would be glad to purchase any of your own. If ever you've need of an ear to listen, displaying bowmanship for an elf. My hand would tremble on the string if 'twere me. But I expect you'll do just fine. Pray, allow me to show you the way.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Arisen, I know of at least one location in the vicinity that may be of interest to you. Shall I tell you more? I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Well done.
I grant you roaring flame. One of us has been poisoned.
That was a hard one.
What fails to destroy us only enhances our chances against future adversaries. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
There, I espy another statue.
Climbing it would grant a clearer picture of our environs.
Here we go again.
We fight. To arms!
Understood. Poison ought to be cured with all due haste.
You have my protection. I knew you would prevail, Master.
Grow overconfident. Our foe is not yet routed.
That was certainly worthwhile.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Nice armor you got. You look very unusual.
One of us has been poisoned.
Stay with me, Arisen.
Wait a moment.
This looks as if 'twould fetch a hefty sum.
Whether or not we make the sale is for the Arisen to decide.
Over here, if you please. Arisen, I know of at least one location in the vicinity that may be of interest to you. Shall I tell you more? I am deeply familiar with this region. You can count on me to guide you. During my travels beyond the rift, I learned of a cave near here that you have yet to explore. Pray, follow me. I know the way, so there's no chance...
Leave the finding of equipment-enhancing materials to me, Master.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
We're here, Master. Displaying bowmanship for an elf. My hand would tremble on the string if 'twere me. But I expect you'll do just fine. Then follow me. I'll lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Here we are.
Oh, true to your word, you have come. Let us begin at once. I should like to observe your form first and foremost. So stand here and take your aim at yon targets.
My curative magics are at your disposal.
You have my gratitude. I learned much from you just now. In fact, I have made a discovery. Unlike those of elven make, bows crafted by other races are designed for keen aim. Is that not so? But I can see this is no revelation for you. I expect you thought this design common to all bows, yes? Not so for those of elven make, however. Our bows are crafted to guide not the hand, but the heart. Mayhap you will find the sentiment strange, but such is the perspective of elven kind. We are taught that arrows loosed with proper form will strike true, as if 'tis all a matter of poise. I admit, I find it rather baffling myself. Perhaps that is why my bowmanship has failed to improve. Yet with this bow, I begin to understand. Let us see if I fare any better now. Huzzah! What a feat! I can hardly believe it. Every last arrow found its mark. Dead center. This marvel is nothing at all like an elven bow. The design allows for ease of aim and steadfast flight of each arrow. To think that I should feel such a difference. Mayhap I am more suited to a bow of foreign make than one of my own people's. 'Tis a strange thought. But how else to explain it? My arrows have not soared so true in all my days. I'd nearly given up on myself. Yet 'twould seem I am not without talent after all. My performance of this bow has divested me of such doubts. But the ingenuity of this design, if only my people would take heed. 'Tis all very well to talk of honing one's form, but why should we not perfect the tool so integral to our customs? I am decided. I shall take this bow back to the arbor. With this as my weapon, I have no doubt I shall pass my trial of archery.
It seems Sir Glyndor's doubts no longer plague him. May his newfound confidence see him through his trial of archery.
Indeed, you are correct.
With the bow you gifted me in hand... With the bow you gifted me in hand, I no longer dread being...
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look. We cannot break it from this side.
Really? Now?
Then I shall remain by your side.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there.
In traversing other worlds, I came to know of a treasure chest in this area. Perchance you'd like to see it. One moment. I believe we are bound for... Yes, I know the place. Then follow me. I'll lead the way.
Would seem we've little choice but to set out for the place.
Follow me, if you would.
Down your arms, or you'll hurt yourself.
Here we go again.
We must focus on finding victory, whatever our destiny.
Good. Poison is a nasty affliction. The paths to victory are myriad indeed. That strategy never would have occurred to me.
Now that is a surprise.
That was superb, Arisen. Now here's a surprise.
Our collection grows.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Would you mind coming over here?
The flicker of a shadow, the gleam of an eye, the echo of a footfall. If we hone our senses, no foe shall escape us.
Naught can threaten us if we watch each other's backs. My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment. Let my magics grant you an elemental. Such single-mindedness makes our enemies difficult, but not necessarily easy to counter. Attack now, while the ogre's attention is fixed on its favorite prey. Do hurry.
You'll want to remove that sign, and soon.
It seems we have the range option.
Why do we not use that range to our advantage?
Understood.
Tis a foe worthy of caution. Not to say our aggressor.
I understand. First and foremost, we want to knock them off balance. It's a much easier target than flying prone.
This battle will demand all our strength. We must stand together and seize victory. I sustain as yours to be.
Our foe appears to have grown just as weary as we.
We must make the most of this opportunity.
spot! Our glory shall fall.
Well done!
Over here, if you please. Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. One of us has been doused in slime! Fall back, and I will heal you with my magics. Wait a moment.
That battle took more out of me than I would have liked.
What fails to destroy us only enhances our chances against future adversaries.
The walls are too close for comfort here. Should we encounter trouble, we would be at a disadvantage.
Let us proceed with caution. Eyes peeled, ears pricked.
It would seem we even need to visit the palace. A different path would serve us better now. I'll lead the way. Pray, follow me. Following along, I trust. Take care not to lose sight of me.
The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace to gaze upon it.
Indeed, you are correct. No rest for the weary, it seems. We'll be hard-pressed to find victory who cannot heal our wounds. These fiends are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair. You had best rid yourself of that slime with all due haste.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. Aught fell from the beast that will prove its last. I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Follow me, if you would.
As a matter of fact, oft do we call on you to carry the burdens we cannot. I must thank you. Your toil keeps me light on my feet.
Methinks we can move this boulder if we work together.
Shall we set it rolling?
A night-bound forest is fearsome indeed.
We shall have to be all the more wary till sunup casts the shadows away.
Pray, follow me. You'll want to remove that slime, and soon. Well fought, Arisen.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
That was certainly worthwhile. I grant you fire's blade. Well.
Would you mind coming over here?
My curative magics are at your disposal.
Wait a moment.
Well, that wasn't the homecoming I envisioned. I knew we were going to
Tell is, Vermund was once a beastren kingdom.
Truly?
Indeed, though 'tis not widely known among the common folk. Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
We ought to put it to good use.
I'm at something of a loss.
I can't wait to see what the day holds.
Interested in my wares? Go on, have a look. Many thanks.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
I walk home when I know how to spend.
Every minute of this existence is torment.
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mate. Still waiting on the...
We have arrived. We shall... remain here.
If you don't mind, sir.
Now's your chance!
Look to me to solve this.
I could see myself having a kid. Hereabouts. If 'tis naught of import.
You seem to be rather It is lamentable that the captain of the late consul's guard should have been relegated to the garrison. But there are whispers that he was given this station in reprisal for an unthinking petition he made to her grace. Ever since Thesa's faction seized power within the palace, her detractors have found themselves shunted into a corner. If I were you, I'd take care not to be seen currying favor with the good captain. Thesa has eyes everywhere, it seems.
I swear I've not blinked once in the last hour.
But not at the expense of my duty. Can't complain, mind. This place is awful dull. Can't complain, mind.
Peril can result from a moment's incaution.
But not at the expense of my duties.
I hope I really would have been better off a baker.
horses grows ere longer.
Mayhap I'll buy
Would
myself
that
a new
all
sword
my
next
days
time.
were so tranquil.
What business have you here? What business have you here?
That's acting up today.
Would that all places were so welcoming as this.
This cannot go on. I must try to effect a change. One must take pride in their child.
Got to work if I'm to put bread on the table. Silence cultivates wisdom.
Those new recruits can barely lift their swords. Quiet at last.
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
What's this? Come to admire my sculptures, have you? Oh. To think if only my collection were complete. Alas, the sculpture, and 'twould wound my pride to have. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, the man's home is located in Bakbatal. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the sculpture's
We may benefit from pursuing the information.
Will someone do aught about this?
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Gather round! Treat your... ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And
Aye, got some coin to spare your humble storyteller. Much appreciated. Aye, got some coin to spare. Much appreciated. Aye, got some coin. Much appreciated.
Gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Burma, is our curious tale staged.
Hail, friend. How fare you? 'Tis not long now ere I am to undertake the trial of art. I thought it only right to tell you that, as you were the one who gifted me the bow that I'll be using. I was also rather hoping you would consider attending. No one could be worthier of witnessing this milestone in elven archery than you. Ah, but the path to the arbor is not easily found or followed. 'Twould be best I escorted you. There is a log bridge near the ruins where I train. I'll await you on the other side. Come find me when you are ready to make for the sacred arbor, the village of my people.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
All the best tales come from travellers ready for the morrow.
You! Gather round, gather round! Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off left off the page. He delved into a temple of baleful feature, only to be confronted by a four-legged creature. But when our hero drew his blade, unto him a demand was made.
This might be worth a read.
Shall we take a closer look?
An uncanny affair, to say the least. Yet there was no time for shock and dismay, as "Answer my riddle," did the fearsome thing say. The trickery was clear. To respond meant certain doom. But in the midst of his answer, he'd doubtless be consumed. So a mighty attack did our hero dispense, to conquer his foe and banish it thence. With a single strike was the towering beast repelled, to quail in fear at the mortal strength it beheld. Such is the legacy of Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day. Gather round, treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. And not a moment too soon, for there came a flash of light, ere the room filled with screams, soldiers wailing at their plight. Then the shrine grew deathly still, and our hero was all alone, for every last soldier had been transformed into stone. Wary of his foe, and with presence of mind, the man crept up to the pillar upon which 'twas entwined. Seeing his moment, he unsheathed his blade, and brought the pillar low in a thundering cascade. The gloating serpent was caught by surprise, and with a pitiful hiss, 'neath the pillar it writhed. Till mustering swiftly the last of its might, to the depths of the shrine did the monster take flight. Thus, with a wit as sharp as his sword was honed, did our hero put an end to the threat imposed. And who was our hero? Why, needless to say, 'twas the father of House Berkeley, which lives on to this day.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller.
And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent with powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain have leapt, unease overtook him, so behind a pillar he crept. Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Gather round, treat your ears to a... Tale by a master storyteller.
And should my story enter...
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Now, listen close, as today I shall tell of a serpent whose powers most fell. Our hero ventured into a shrine long enclosed, whereupon he found serpent and soldiers in battle opposed. Though to the soldiers' aid he would fain...
Welcome to Bjorn, and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, mine's a... die early... Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
Welcome to... And quality's what you need if you... Want to survive. Hope to see you again. Well met, son. Are you in the market for something in particular? Always a pleasure. Well met, son. How might I be of service? Come take a look. You'll be glad you did. Do come again.
How might I be of service? Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you, nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate it. Too soon, for there came a flash of light. Here the room filled with screams.
Say, well, if you do visit, you might want to give the old man who lives there a wide berth. I hear he sets out to sea on his boat, day after day, only to be returned to as if that wasn't queer enough. He's apt to talk. I cannot fathom his obsession.
Well now, else there is no tomorrow! Heavens, no!